Marcus Mariota and the Portland Lumberjacks taking on Mitchell Trubisky and the Salt Lake City Elks.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle with their opponents. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get...
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. As we take a peek at their versatile quarterback, the Hawaii native and former Oregon Duck, Marcus Mariota.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down. And Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one, because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well, but that starts with the organization itself, all the way through. No excuses for guys being out, finding guys who are capable backups who can step up and play when they need them, and we've seen the results of that. This team knows how to work through things.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 9 catches, 89 yards, and a touchdown.
And the competition gets a little bit tougher here because he's got to go against the #1 ranked defense in the NFL against the pass, the latest incarnation of the no-fly zone.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, a give to Penny, and he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. On 3rd down, Mariota. They'll set up the screen for Freeman, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not 1 bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. As we get a peek at the former #2 overall pick, Mitchell Trubisky.
And it felt like it watching the game tape. He got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations. Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now it's Trubisky. Rolling to his right. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now it's Trubisky. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. The numbers for McCaffrey last week. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
On first down, Trubisky. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. Throwing on second and long. Trubisky. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down. Now Trubisky on third and long. He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey. And he's 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. Prater's kick is good. And that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead. And that last field goal, number 400 for him in his NFL career. I don't know whether this will wind up a Hall of Fame career, but he's certainly been at the top of his profession for quite a while.
And that is without question, my man. One of the best kickers we've seen in the past decade or so. Big congratulations to him. Pretty nice round number.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
On second and 9, Mariota. With a catch made by Dontrell Inman. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. A gain of 6 there on first. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you feel like you can. And when you look at this team, you definitely think that it is, because anytime you can tell your offense, just get us a couple of touchdowns, we got this thing locked down, that's when you know you're playing well.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
To throw, Mariota.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed.
And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. After the interception, here's Trubisky. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky.
Open man, there's Tim Tebow.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Trubisky. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Mario Addison in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. He'll look to throw. Now Trubisky lost the football, and the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Mariota. Jones has it.
These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
And that is incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Mariota. He completes it to Jones. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now Mariota gets it off to Freeman. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Throwing is Mariota. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Again, it's Mariota. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
From the red zone now, Mariota. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4.
From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
Penny.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Once more, Penny.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Rashad Penny, his 11th touchdown of the year.
And the Lumberjacks have taken the lead.
People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
Cody Parkey is on now for the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it's finished off by a Rashad Penny touchdown run. The score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. Now Jones.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Mitchell Trubisky on his way out, the subject of our players' spotlight. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with a quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. Throwing again on 2nd down. Trubisky.
A throw right side, that's Tebow.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Now Trubisky on 1st down.
He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault.
And all the way in for the touchdown.
Laviska Shenault.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Elks have regained the lead.
For the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Portland's offense now about set to take over.
And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
1st down, Mariota. In trouble, and he's taken down. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
2nd and 14.
Another try after the first down sack. Mariota, and he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Penny running right. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
Mariota on 1st down. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
On 2nd down, here's Penny. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now here's a throw. It's complete. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mariota. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Trubisky will throw. Green with a catch left side. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Trubisky to throw.
To the middle, he's got Tebow.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Now Trubisky to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip, and I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
Finding Green complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. Now a timeout called for by the defense as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
This offense back to work now late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Mariota's throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. To throw is Mariota. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. From the 44, Mariota. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And he can't escape, and down he goes. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Here's Jones on the return. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL.
This taken in at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. And this offense set to go now to begin the 3rd quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. This is McCaffrey. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Trubisky. That's going to be caught. It's Shenault. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play there.
A very nice job right there, working the middle of the field, able to create some separation and then utilize it to not just make the catch, but turn upfield once he got the ball in his hands.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man. For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now a run with McCaffrey. A nice display of powerful running, but it takes him only to the 7. He's dropped there. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. McCaffrey. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
Steps away. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
What a stand this would be if they can get the stop here. 3rd and goal. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Elks take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Prater on to add the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Shedding the tackler, it gives him some room. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
50 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
8 yards to go on 2nd down.
Mariota now. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Penny, a first down carry. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
We give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Penny will try to punch it in, and he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Rashad Penny, his second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season.
And the Lumberjacks are back within a score. Just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come and have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Now Parkey for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. That time a 9-play drive. And it's finished off by a Rashad Penny touchdown run. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. Now Jones.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
But to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So I don't know. I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Forced out to his left. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is going to go the other way. The defense has it.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief, because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it, and that's exactly what they did.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Mariota now after the fumble recovery. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it second down. Throwing, Mariota. can't get away, and he's taken down. Ryan Kerrigan, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. Mariota. The left side completion to Jones. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's Tressway now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. Off the play fake. Here's Trubisky. Under pressure, and down he goes. Ronnie Perkins gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. They'll set up a throw. Connection made with Chenault. And he'll go out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Taken at the 37. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Portland's offense now about set to take over. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down.
And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continue to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the 1st down sack. Mariota. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
45 yards on the ground for him so far. Second down at 4.
Now it's Trubisky. Got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now it's Trubisky. And the reception made by Green. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. They go play action with Trubisky. He goes right back to Green. He's got it complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Throwing here, Trubisky. On the move to his left. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Mitchell Trubisky, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year.
And the Elks are able to widen their advantage. But that makes this a 2-score ball game. And, you know, the way this thing has been going, Charles, 2 scores kind of feels like 3 or 4 scores.
Yeah, that's a great observation. It's been a heck of a battle, hasn't it? And points have been at a premium throughout this game. So you have to wonder, is this going to be too much for them to overcome?
Now Prater to add the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was all capped off by Mitchell Trubisky's touchdown run. And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Getting set to go again, Dallas Goedert marching back onto the field. All right, Charles Davis, what do we make of these numbers and what's happened to the big tight end here?
Well, I think a lot of times we talk so much about adjustments and what you're going to do at halftime that maybe we miss what actually goes on. Because the sense is that, oh, they go into the half, they just change everything. That's not really true. A Super Bowl winning quarterback out of New York always used to say, you've worked all week on a game plan. There's a reason you have it. Just either play it better or make subtle tweaks to it. Otherwise, there's no sense even going into a ball game.
And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. Like a freight train off the edge, Calais Campbell with a sack.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. The offense on 3rd down tonight, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Mariota to throw it. And this is going to be incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
And I think we'll probably see them go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for the strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here. Throwing now is Trubisky. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey.
67 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
Check. 56, the mark, boys. 56. Check, 56.
And Trubisky down to a knee, and that is all she wrote. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And we talk so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for Salt Lake City,
They run their mark to 6-2 on the year.
and they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for Portland, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.